Hey, what's up, guys? I hope everything is going well. Welcome back to Roche Kilian UNCUT, the podcast where I don't cut any scenes. I just talk and I say what is on my mind. There's no cut scenes. It's just me and my voice, of course. And then we have this beautiful scenery as well. So if you're just listening to it, you're going to miss out on beautiful Cape Town. This is on top of Lion Head. I would say 3/4 up Lion Head, and the backdrop is basically the 12 Apostles. You've got Camps Bay down at the bottom there. And I just thought, I spoil you while you listen to some of the advice that I have. You can also then obviously have a nice view and not just look at my face, because it could potentially get boring. All right. So today I wanted to talk about exactly, obviously, getting up this mountain, right? And the topic would then be never reach the top. Like, I don't want you to ever reach the top. And the reason why I say that, and you're going to think, Roche, what the fuck are you talking about, mate? Like, why? That's what we strive, right? To reach the top. We want to be number one. We want to be there in the beginning, on the top. But the reason why I don't want you to reach the top is because the whole purpose of, getting there, or let's say you want R1 million, right? If someone just gives you R1 million, you're going to be grateful and it's going to be great, and you potentially might buy a car, a house, or you might even invest it so that you can live off the interest or whatever. But the value of that R1 million is not going to be worth a lot. But if you had to work every single day, and you have to go through a lot of struggles, and you have to basically invest in small businesses, get some rewards, take that money, invest again, maybe do some side jobs on the side, you maybe invest more, you make YouTube, you have a 9-to-5 job, you sell things online, you're hustling. You're like a motherfucker, right? You're hustling heavy. Eventually, when you get to that million, it's not the R1 million that's going to be the thing that you actually got, but the person that you had to become to get that. Like the value. If someone takes that R1 million away, you lose it, somehow it just flies away, you will still be worth R1 million because of the person that you actually became by getting there. So that's why I don't want you to ever reach the top, because once you do, right, the top as in, let's say you get R1 million, or you become, let's say someone gives you a position at a firm, you become the top sales executive. They just give it to you because your wife's father is the boss and he gives you the job, for instance, right? That's not going to mean a lot, right? Where if you are striving towards something like that, it's the process of getting there. It's literally every single step, right, that you need to take, the person, like I said, that you need to become to reach that. And there's this quote where people say, the lion, or no, it's the wolf. It's the wolf on the top, or the wolf climbing the mountain is way more hungrier, or is hungrier than the wolf standing on top of the mountain. Because once you're on the top, you're there. You've made it, right? So you're just chilling, you've made it, everything's fine. But while you're climbing, you're hungry. You want to get to the top. And you're constantly pushing and trying to make, if you're making YouTube videos, you're trying to make a YouTube video better. Every single day, you're trying to up the level. Like the same way with this video, I literally had to climb up this mountain with all my equipment, tripod, camera, laptop, mic. I had to climb and to make effort to make this video better, right? So the same way, you're going to have to improve yourself every single day. And that is why I don't want you to ever reach the top, because even when you do think you got to the top, let's say your goal is to make $10,000 a month, which is a lot, right? It's great. It's cool. It's perfect. Have that goal. It's an amazing goal. It's a lot of money. But once you get there, I promise you, your goal will change. Once you have that 10, you'll potentially want 20. And then once you get 20, you'll potentially want 30 and 50 and 100. It'll never really stop. So I just don't want you to ever think that there's going to be a top. Because remember, and I always go back to the dark side, you could say, is that we are all going to die one day, So I don't want you to reach or think that you're going to reach this pinnacle point, this time of your life where everything is just going to be like, this is the top of the world and this is it. There's nothing more. You've now made it and it's done. There's always going to be something more. And it doesn't have to be financially. It could be maybe you're doing okay, but now you've got a wife. Maybe you've got children. Maybe the job that you had is not necessarily something that you wanted to do, and you shifted to something else that you thought, I don't know if it's going to work, and then you found your passion in this specific area. There's so many avenues of growth. It doesn't mean that it always needs to go up. It could go sideways as well. I know it sounds funny, but growth can be like this way too, to the right or to the left, by changing. So, again, to come back to the topic of I never want you to reach the top, is because I want you to stay hungry. I want you to enjoy the process of just who you are, because you know what, you change a lot in this time. I can remember when I started YouTube videos 3 years ago, and the person who I was, and then I just started making them to be honest, I just started making them to make money. Then I realized that there's no money really, especially not by the rate that I was going. So then I really started making them for fun, and then things started changing, and I wanted to basically just make better videos, because I now knew that I'm not doing it for money. So I was doing it for myself. I was doing it to get to obviously please myself. And then eventually, after making them, after a year or two, people started commenting, people started saying things. And now I'm not only doing it for myself, but I know people are listening, and they also want and need this advice. So now I've become this person that I feel people potentially might need. And the reason for that is because I needed someone on YouTube years ago when I was down and out. So I was listening and still listen to a lot of people on YouTube. So I feel like, if there's anything that you want, anything in this world, go for it. Get that top, see it, and then mission towards it. But if you reach it, don't think that you're done. Just keep going. There's no real top. Basically, I just don't want you to ever stop. I'm just rhyming here like Eminem. But don't ever reach the top, because there is no such thing. Just keep going. Always push further than whatever you think is the top. And I promise you, before you know it, you're going to look back and you're going to see that there were 10 or 20 tops that you've already reached, but you just exceeded it. All right? That's what I wanted to say. So it wasn't to sound negative for you to never reach the top. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, if you want to see any of these videos, you can just click on the podcast playlist and you can see all the podcasts. Of course, if you like this specific video, you can also subscribe to my daily vlogs and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you in the next one. Cheers.